it just doesn't do it for me. Which sucks. How do I get in here? Or maybe I don't. Okay. So yeah, Witcher 3, incredible game. If you've never played it before, fucking play it. But for me, it's not. It would go on my greatest games of all time if I just preferred the combat, because the characters are fantastic. Even if I have issues with the story, in terms of like where the story goes and just like I feel like the story's a little generic in places. Then I think I would have enjoyed it a lot more if the story was just a bit more interesting. So yeah, I recommend it. Good game, great game, amazing lore. Just play it. It's really good, really, really good. Regardless of how I feel in retrospect about combat. Stubbs the zombie in Rebel Without a Pulse. Solid original Xbox game. Made on the Halo engine. And the reason why a lot of people played it back in the day is because it had the demo to Halo on it. Which is, I think, was a part of the lore of that game. And it's a solid little game. Full of humor, full of passion. It's aged. Like a lot in the games that I've mentioned that I like and that are old. They've aged, but they're solid, and they still have a lot of passion and love behind them. And I'm gonna fall and get hurt here. Okay. So yeah, Subs a Zombie, great little game. You play as a zombie, and you overthrow humanity. Cool little game. A nice little twist on the normal aspect where you slay zombies. Kind of interesting to play as a zombie. Okay, and yeah, it's set in like a neo 50s, I think. What's the word? It's like not neo, it's like noir 50s. No, it's not noir. I don't know what the term is. It's like futuristic 50s. It's like the 50s with futuristic elements. Whatever the term for that is. Dead Island Riptide. So I'm just. I know that Dead Island's gonna be on this list. Dead Island Definitive Edition. So we're just gonna talk about both of them. They're both dated. Dead Island is the better game than Riptide, but Riptide adds some decently fun mechanics into the mix. It's solid. Not perfect, but far from bad. They're good, solid games. And if you've never played Dead Island before, give it a go. You might like it. Like I said, dated but good. Good games. Dead Island Riptide, no, it's a little rougher. It's more like it's more like a DLC than a game. It's more like a DLC than a sequel. It's just fine. Okay. Lost Judgment. One of the best games ever made. I prefer the story to Judgment. Lost Judgment has the better gameplay. It's refined to the Dragon Engine gameplay. Unfortunately, goodbye Dragon Engine. It's not used anymore. They've swapped to Unreal Engine. But Lost Judgment, the combat is phenomenal. It is the best combat of all of the Yakuza. Where's my... Oh, because I can carry 3 guns now, I forgot. It is the best combat of all of the Yakuza games. Excluding the turn-based ones, because I'm not counting turn-based versus brawling. Those are different genres, so I'm not going to compare them. But out of all of the mainstay combat, the main genre of Yakuza and Judgment, Ryoga Gotoku games, Lost Judgment has the best combat. It has some of the best side content. It has one of the better stories. I prefer the plot line of Judgment, but saying that Lost Judgment has a weaker story than Judgment is a bit unfair. simply because Judgment's storyline is so good. It is phenomenal. I fucking loved it. Loved it, loved it, loved it. Oh, fuck off, you fucking beaky little twat. Fuck! Oh, fuck you. Yeah, it's an eagle. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Next. So yeah, Lost Judgment, fantastic combat, incredible music, great bosses, and fantastic gameplay in combat. The elements in the school is great as well. Like, you're doing school clubs, you're teaching kids how to dance, you're teaching a robotics club. You got all these storylines attached to them, all these sub stories, standard Ryu Ga Gotoku stuff. Amazing game. 10 out of 10, honestly. Incredible game. Also, if you're going to play Lost Judgment, play Judgment. While the combat isn't as good, and the detective shit is a bit more tedious, in terms of the tailing missions, which are annoying, and the combat not being as refined, but still good, still really, really good game with a fantastic, fantastic story. So, play both of them. Next is Ravenlock. Haven't played enough in this to pass Judgment. Resident Evil 5. It's a good game. Dated. Dated for definite. Nowhere near as dated as Resident Evil 6, which I played a bit of it when it came out. Didn't really like it. I've been watching Ray and one of his friends play it. I can't remember his name. Apologies. I've been watching Ray and one of his friends play it. Ray as in Ray Narvaez Jr. And it's dated. Makes for some really funny gameplay, but they're not good games. So Resident Evil 5, great game. Resident Evil 6, not a good game. Fuck you. Man, your armor is worthless, isn't it? Okay.
If it wasn't for you,
Lost Odyssey. Now, I didn't get to continue this past a little bit past the tutorial because I took a break to play other games. And that's when everything went to shit with the internet. Because I had to swap an internet provider and then a new one didn't support 360 on my Xbox. It's like an MTU issue and there's not enough MTU. Or maybe my Xbox is too far from the router, so the MTU isn't good enough. I don't know what it is. My friend who has the same provider as me discovered it was a DNS issue. But when I tried using the exact same settings as his internet, it won't work. So we need to do a few more checks. It could be in the MTU not being high enough, but his DNS changing worked. So I don't know. If you got the same issue, I'm sorry. I don't know how to fix it. I'm still working on it, but as soon as I know, I'll make a video saying how to fix it. But in a minute, I don't know. How the fuck do I get in here? Okay. Stardew Valley. Really good game. While not perfect, if you have friends who are cool with playing a farming game, or you have a significant other that likes more relaxed games, Stardew Valley is a good way to go. Even not even significant other, like siblings or whatnot. Anyone that you can just sit down, relax, and play a chill, calming game with, in which you get to know villagers, you get to farm, and you maybe get to marry a character in game after going through their relationships and friendships and whatnot. Honestly, really good game, really good, and it's made by one guy. So you may be thinking, well, yeah, made by one guy, and that happens all the time. Like, you know, and you know, some of them are good, some of them aren't. You know, there's like Surgeon Simulator that was made by one guy, I believe. But you know, just hear me out. Maybe by one guy, you'll be surprised by the quality when you play it. That it was made by one guy. It feels like a team of people worked on it, but they didn't. It was one guy, and he did a fantastic job. Redfall. Really bad. It's no redeeming features. All of it is either bland or just straight up broken and unfinished. Don't play it. It was such a huge disappointment. When we saw, me and my friend, when we saw the reveals before, oh, this kind of looks like a Left 4 Dead sort of thing, you know, with hordes and that, and it looked fun. And then the game came out, and it was anything but fun. It was a bad game. A really bad game. Unfinished, buggy, not fun. Not even interesting. The characters are bland. Just everything about it just screams no passion. No love. No, yeah, look, it's a bad game all around. There's nothing interesting. There's nothing good, and much like this bit here, I'm left utterly confused on what to do. NHL 23. Solid sports game, I guess. It's fine. SpongeBob Truth or Square. Not my kind of game. I tried. Didn't enjoy it. Not my kind of game. If you like old school platformers, then you'll like it. Otherwise, not like 2D platformers, like old school 3D kids game platformers where you gotta collect, you know, gems and shit, and you'll like it. Good little game for kids. Don't really recommend it for adults unless you're like a hardcore fan of SpongeBob, which I'm not. I think SpongeBob, I don't think I ever watched it on TV. I liked the SpongeBob movie as a kid. But, yeah. Oh. Okay. Next, Blaze Blue Cross Tag Team Special Edition. No idea what this game is. Don't remember it at all. South Park: The Stick of Truth. If you like South Park, play it. If you probably played it already, if you are a South Park fan, but if you haven't played it, fun game. Guilty Gear. Beautiful graphics and animation, but gameplay is really not very fun. Minecraft Legends. You know, if you got a kid who likes real-time strategy games, or if you just want a really easy real-time strategy game to play and get achievements on, go for it. Personally, didn't get any enjoyment out of it. I found it very boring. Just kind of shit. F1 22. Too hardcore of a racing game for me. I'm more of a casual racing guy. I don't really like cars, as I said before when she went before, was a motorsport. Good game, but I mean, I don't know if it's a good game because I'm not a racing game fan, but it's solid enough. It's fine. Just your standard racing game, but more of a hardcore audience of F1 fans, which I am not. Let's go get you. Okay. Halo Wars 2. If you like Command and Conquer and you like Halo, you'll like it. Rumble Roses. So you may be thinking, what the fuck is Rumble Roses? It's a wrestling game for perverts in Japan. Yeah, it's like a very sexualized game for teenagers who couldn't get porn, but could get their hands on a wrestling game about skimpily dressed women wrestlers whose finishers are very sexualized and involved shoving the panties into the camera. Played for achievements, but I didn't buy it for achievements. I was a very, very deprived teenager. Well, not deprived, but you know, I was a teenager. You know, I was like naked, nearly naked Japanese women. Okay. And so I thought it'd be funny to play it on stream, and it was funny. But the game isn't fun. It took me a while before I was like, okay, I understand the combat now and I'm starting to win matches, but those first hour, like, of trying to figure out the gameplay was rough. Fuck. I'm not gonna get to the alarm in time.
Come on, keep it together.
Fuck me. Oh, what? Did I hit him? I definitely hit the wall. I don't think I hit him there. I thought I missed.
Shoot anything suspicious. He's here and active. Let's bring him down. Search for the source. Climbing up.
Oh,
Out and search. Yes.
Oh, hello.
He's down there. Show no weakness.
Oh god, my eyes! Oh, fuck me, my eyes. Jesus. Okay. Ow. Okay, moving on. Rumble Roses. Get it for achievements if you really want. It's on Xbox. It's got backwards compatibility. Just don't expect a good game. It's literally a game designed for perverted Japanese people. And for perverted Westerners who fetishize Japanese women. It's fine. It's just not very good. It's softcore porn. There's not really anything special behind it. Even the achievements are tedious. The achievements consist of unlocking all outfits, which is apparently really grindy. Takes a long time to unlock everything, and you need to complete the campaign mode as every character, which means winning 15 fights as every character and then win a championship match, which equates to something like 250 matches. Honestly, not worth the effort. You get like 5 or 10 gamer score per wrestler you complete. And the wrestlers are a pain in the arse to unlock as well. Don't recommend it. It's too much of a grind. Dead Island, Definitive Edition, spoke about that. Sid Meier's, I didn't put enough time into it to really understand it, but they're not my kind of games. Ni no Kuni, I want to continue. I don't know if it's still on Game Pass or not, but I want to continue it. It's just, I'm not a fan of the combat. I would have preferred it if it was just turn-based, but it's not turn-based. It's like... It's just kind of weird how they do it. It's kind of like Tales of Arise, but if Tales of Arise was bad. So, the combat's bad, but the story... Like, it's very Studio Ghibli. If you like Studio Ghibli, you'll love it. But the gameplay, I can't recommend. Gameplay just isn't good.
I read you. Where's your location?
Sending you the coordinates now. Please, hurry. They're circling
Fuck.
and closing in fast.
I'm on my way.
Well, I shouldn't have accepted that mission, but, where's the trader? Well, I got the STG. Okay. One of the, I think it was one of the first guns you unlocked in Far Cry 3. Yep. Next game is Blue Dragon. Blue Dragon is a very old school RPG, JRPG. It's kind of like Final Fantasy, turn-based. Solid little game. Well, I say solid little game. It's not little, it's very big. I only stopped playing it because I got confused and stuck at a section. I will go back to it when I can play 360 games again. But until then, I can't play it. Pillars of Eternity 2. Fantastic game. I need to finish it before it leaves Game Pass. It's really good. I don't like real-time games. Real-time with pause. I hate real-time with pause, but this game has a turn-based option. And while it's not the best turn-based combat, you know, compared to like Divinity Original Sin, honestly, for a bonus, bonus mode that they added just for backers who raised enough money for that mode, solid, good, recommend it. You know, so don't expect a good turn-based game like Divinity, but expect a solid turn-based game with a great open world with tons of interest in lore. You'll like it. So that is Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire Ultimate Edition on Windows 10. Game Pass, if it's still on Game Pass, heavily recommend it. Fuck. Next is Gunfire Reborn. Cool little game. I've heard that Gunfire is like a full-on series that's been around for a very long time. But, I thought it was fun. Good little game. It's very grindy. Expect, it's leaving Game Pass soon, so it's Persona 5 Royal, which I'm upset about. But, I've already got a percent of Persona 5 Royal, so it's all good. But if you haven't played Persona 5 Royal, play it now while it's still in Game Pass. If you're on PC, if you're on Xbox, play it. It's phenomenal. It's a very long game, looking about 90 hours to 100 hours if you take it slow. If you rush through the story, you might be able to do it in like 60, 70. But I don't recommend rushing the story. I recommend doing everything and experiencing everything. Okay, just barely completed it. Okay. So Gunfire Reborn, solid game. Very grindy. It's going to take you a long time to complete it. Far Cry 5, really bad. Honestly, one of the most boring generic games. It's essentially NIS, but nowhere near as fun. It's just NIS. Just not as fun. It's just same shit. It's the same problem with Ubisoft. Every Ubisoft game, they find a formula that works, and then they just fuck it until it's fucking used and dried up. You know, it's just like by the time you get to it, like years later, it's all dried up. It's covered in dried cum. It's like you don't want to touch it. It's like it's loose. It's destroyed. I mean, I'm comparing this to like a fleshlight. I'm not comparing this to like an actual woman or an actual man. I'm saying like if this was a fleshlight. Far Cry 3 is a brand new fleshlight. This is a really weird analogy. I'm really sorry. Far Cry 3 is a brand new fleshlight. Far Cry 6 and Far Cry 5 are like a really used, like it's been filled and not cleaned. It's dirty. It's horrible. It's worn out. I mean, I don't know enough about flashlights. Why am I using this as an example? You know, it's worn. It's not the same. I'm gonna move on. You get the point. It's just, they found something that worked. They kept just redoing it until it got stale, and it's so stale that it's no longer fun. NIS, I can at least appreciate older game. And they don't have as many annoying mechanics as they do in the... Like, cause my problem with Far Cry 5, it's like, I'm just walking around, and then a fucking plane flies over it, and it's fucking bombarding me. I'm like, yeah, sure, that's fun if you have the right weapons to deal with it. But you don't have the right weapons to deal with it, you're fucked. You're just gonna get bombarded with this fucking plane. Can't defend yourself. It's so annoying. But it's got loads of little things like that where it's just like, you didn't. Okay. Next is State of Decay Year 1, which is an Xbox One port of the 360 arcade game State of Decay. State of Decay, I have a soft spot for. I really do. I have a real soft spot for it. State of Decay is not perfect. It is it's got faults, it's got problems, it's got little bitty issues, but it's really fun. It's good. It's enjoyable. It's interesting. It's a game of passion. It's a game of people who just love the zombie genre and just wanted to make a good survival game that can run on a 360, and it's exactly that. One minute. Can people can they take back the outposts? Okay, all good. Okay, let's put my marker back on that. Okay, let's move on to page 2. Wolong, Fallen Destiny. Really cool game. If you like soul-like games, you'll like it. I don't, so I got bored of it really quickly. But yeah, it's good. Soul Hackers 2, really boring. Which is really disappointing. It's got the Yakuza combat. It's got the Yakuza mechanics of sorry, not Yakuza, Persona. It's got the Persona mechanics, and it's got the Persona like mythical shadows, the mythical things that you collect and combine into each other, kind of like Pokemon. It's just really boring, honestly. It feels like they tried to do something new, and it didn't pay off. So yeah, it's just not very good. Hot Wheels Unleashed. Fine. Very, very fine game. If you like Hot Wheels, and you like a casual racing game that's not too hard, go for that one. Atomic Heart. Really boring. Could not get into it. Dragon Ball Fighter Z. Just standard fighting game. Very uninteresting to me. The Last Kids on Earth and the Staff of Doom. Again, I think it's another outright game. The same guys who made the Paw Patrol games, the Racer Ryan game, the Truly Awful Crypto Super Pets game. Just really bad games. Don't recommend them at all. If you want easy achievements, sure. But if you're looking for actual fun games to play with your kids, you can do so much better. Warhammer 40,000 Darkside. I'm going to let the Warhammer community talk about this one because I'm not informed enough and I know it has glaring, blatantly bad issues. Personally, just found it kind of bland, didn't find it very interesting, but the actual Warhammer fans can talk about that one and give you their thoughts and opinions because they are well more suited to talk about those games than I am. If you want to see someone talk about it and actually knows what the fuck they're talking about, go to Angry Joe. He's an actual Warhammer fan, I am not. And they have the proper opinions and the proper informed nuances of that series to talk about and knowledge to discuss. Tunic. My friend Daniel adores this game. If you like Souls-likes and that kind of combat, if you like little interesting indie games, you can't really go wrong with this one. It's a good game. I just hate the combat. I can't get into the combat, but it's a cool little game. Very unique art style. Good game. I do recommend it. But it's just not for me. We'll try and get back to the list in a second.
We're heading your way now. We're coming in from the west.
Which way is the west? So they must be coming from this way. How did they come from that way? I think that's the same problem as in Far Cry 3, and it's like, we're coming in from the west. But which way is west? There's no north on my minimap, so I don't know which way west is. And then, well, most of the time they don't even come from that direction. Okay. Next, Ben 10 Power Trip. Solid little game for kids, but it's kind of shit. Shantae Half Genie Hero. Honestly, the best part of those games is the dialogue. Not even kidding, the dialogue is actually pretty funny and interesting. The actual... Fuck's sake. So what's happened there isn't the friendlies have parked in the fire. And so they've turned against me. Because the AI thinks I'm attacking them when I'm not. They've just ran into my fucking fire. Okay. So yeah, Shantae, you know, interesting little 2D fighting platformer game fighting thingy. You'll like it if you're into those kind of games and if you like quirky, funny dialogue. Yoku's Island Express. I played very little of it. I can't really give an opinion on this one. I barely remember it. Persona 4 Golden, as something to stand about when I saw Persona 5 and Persona 3 Royal, Persona 3 Portable. Fantastic game. Heavily recommend it. I love that game. GoldenEye 007. Is that what it's called again? 007? I think it's 007. Fine. Very old school. Very old. Very dated game. Decent. Just very old. It's like a GameCube game. So, very dated. But if you like those kind of old school games, you'll like it. Or if you're nostalgic to play it again, it's a good port. Monster Hunter Rise. So I don't like the controls for Monster Hunter games, and after finally adapting to Monster Hunter World's controls, they changed them in Monster Hunter Rise because it's meant to be a Switch game, and I'm very confused by the changes, and I just never got into it. Hi-Fi Rush, amazing game. I need to continue it. I've only played the first level, but I really enjoyed what I played. Honestly, probably one of the best games to come out on Xbox this year, and it was a surprise release. Heavily recommended if you love rhythm games, if you love quirky, funny, just really funny, quirky games by talented indie devs who made a game out of pure passion for music and video games. Can't recommend it enough. Honestly, it is one of the best games of this year. One of the most highest quality, most passion-driven games I've ever played. Really, really good. Also, the art style is amazing. And Robbie Daymond. If you like Robbie Daymond from Final Fantasy 15 and Persona 5 Royal, you'll really like him in that role. He does a fantastic job.
Are you soldiers or goat herders?
Next is Judgment. Already spoke about that. Fantastic game. Play it. Lego Harry Potter collection. I've never liked the Lego games. I find them really boring. And it's not to say that they're bad. They're just not for me. They're very clearly made for kids, and I find them really boring. Next is Fall Guys. How are you up here? Fall Guys is that's Fall Guys. You probably know about it already. If you don't, just Google it. It's solid. Fuck. Oh, if only I was Kiryu and then you'd be fucked. Yeah. Well, you're fucking blind, ain't you? Okay. Batman, Return to Arkham City. I find Arkham City really boring compared to Arkham Asylum. Arkham Asylum just feels more controlled. Arkham City and Arkham Knight, I know lots of people are going to say, no, what the fuck are you on about? I just find them too boring. I like the closed nature of Arkham Asylum, and I was more forgiving to the dated kind of gameplay that it's got. But with the newer ones, just didn't work for me. I was getting kind of sick of the formula by that point, and going back to them and replaying them, I just don't find them as interesting or engaging as Arkham Asylum. I can't recommend them unless you're a big Batman fan, and you really loved Arkham Asylum. Then you'll probably like those games as well. I just didn't. Next is Dead Rising 2. Already spoke about it. It's a great game. Marvel's Midnight Suns. Again, if you like strategy games, like real-time strategy, like Lamplighters League and that Rabbids game on the Switch, where you can play with Mario and Luigi and Outlaw, and you're like taking cover and you got action points and shit, then you'll like it. But I think it works more with cards. It's like a card system game. It's kind of weird. Road 96. Interesting little indie game. If you like games like Life is Strange, you'll probably get something out of it, but it's not as story-driven as Life is Strange. Like, you don't have a set path. It's one of those games where you just kind of explore, and wherever you end up going is what you end up getting. Where is it? Oh. I'm definitely running out of energy now. I've been streaming for nearly 5 hours. Okay, Elder Scrolls. We spoke about that already. Stranded Deep. I don't remember anything about it. I think it was really bad. No, I remember it now. Yeah, it was really bad. One of the worst games I played. Me and my friend Dan, I think it was, or my friend Liam tried playing it, and we just found it so incredibly boring. It's just really badly made. It's not fun. It's super generic. And yeah, it's just very poorly made, very low budget. Not good. Feels unfinished. I think it is unfinished. I think it was early access and it was a really bad early access. Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen. This is a good game. I find it too dated to really enjoy for me personally, but I do agree it's a very good game. The way they handle large enemies is the best way I've seen any game handle large enemies before. The game really confuses me. The mechanics aren't simple. They're kind of deep, and they take a bit of learning. It's just a solid all-around game. I'm looking forward to the sequel. It's finally being announced like 15, 13 years later. So, yeah, keep an eye out on that. Next is Gungrave Gore. This is a very generic Korean game. Kind of reminds me of Hatred, in a way. If anyone remembers the game Hatred. But, less offensive, and less bad. It's just very generic. It's not all that bad. It's just very generic, not very enjoyable, but it's fine. It's like how would I describe it? It's kind of like some Korean guy's power fantasy. Like some Korean person came up with that game and it was their violent fantasy of being a really strong dude that is really good at fighting and is a really tough macho masculine dude who kills people and does gratuitous violence. It's fine. Just not very interesting. But I keep hitting this fucking wall and it's throwing all my momentum off. Like, I can't avoid it, that's the issue. I just keep bumping it. When I could lower myself a little further without hitting that wall, that'd be great. I don't feel like this is enough. Shit. Well, I had a feeling that I wasn't going to make it, and I was right. Oh, God. You know what, we'll just run around the long way. See if we can get up there. Next is the Pedestrian. So, very interesting platformer using signs and it's kind of mind-bending. Interesting game. Scarlet Nexus. It's fine. It's one of those anime games. At first, I was like, whoa, this game is really pretty. And the world design is really cool. And then I got to the combat and I was like, oh. Okay. I would have preferred if it was turn-based, to be honest. The combat isn't bad, it's not what I was hoping for. I wanted a turn-based game, and it wasn't turn-based. And that's not me saying that, oh, you know, because I didn't do my research, it's a bad game. No, I did my research, I knew it wasn't going to be a turn-based. But as I was playing it, I was like, I would have had a lot more fun if this was turn-based. Because this combat style ain't for me. It's not bad, it's just, I just didn't enjoy it. But it's far from bad. I do recommend you give it a go. You may like it. High on Life. Now, ignoring Justin Roiland and the messages he sent to a 16-year-old girl. It's a game of passion. It's genuinely funny if you like that Rick and Morty humor with the darkness to that humor. Rick and Morty for me has always been hit and miss. I really enjoyed season 1, but after season 1 it just went in terms of entertaining me. I stopped enjoying it, and I really lost interest around the time that the Szechuan sauce meme was becoming a thing, because you had that guy that was like doing the ree thing on that counter in that restaurant. Just, I think that guy was doing it sarcastically, like he wasn't actually doing it legitimately. He was taking the piss. But regardless, that cringed me out in such a strong way that I never went back to the. I mean, the fandom was already being cringy with the whole Pickle Rick thing, but it was like it was really pushing me out of my. I can put up with this. I just. The fans ruined Rick and Morty for me. Which, you know, some will say, well, how can you let the fans ruin it for you? And it's because I don't want to be associated with them. It's like, they just killed it. They just killed any... Interesting. Okay. They just killed any enjoyment I had for the show. The last episode I remember watching was I found the show was a bit too mean-spirited to Morty. Oh, and that was the issue. That's my biggest issue with the show. I remember it now that I'm talking about it. So the last episode I saw was fuck me. The last episode I saw was the one where they're like going through like a museum or like a movie set or something. It's like kind of like a Willy Wonka roller coaster thing. I can't quite remember. That was the last episode I remember watching and being like, yeah, this is a decent episode, but I'm kind of like losing my passion for the show. That's the last episode I watched. My main issue is that I like shows that follow and develop their characters, and it's the same issue with The Simpsons. It's the same problem I have with Family Guy. All of that shit. The characters never learn. The characters never evolve. Because once they do evolve, next week, all that evolution is gone. They're back to being a pig fucked stupid cunt. And it's not fun. And it's not entertaining. And it's mean-spirited. And it's just bad. I like shows like Daredevil, where by the end of season 3, you feel like Matt Murdock has really changed. He's really grown. He went through so many phases. He went through so many learning experiences. And by the end of that 3rd season, you feel like he's a different person. He hasn't lost his morals, but he's now been through challenging his morals. He's been through accepting his morals, and he's gone through so much that you feel like you have like a fully fleshed out character. So, my issue is that, like I said, the characters never learn, they reset, and the show is too mean-spirited. I just can't get into it. I need character development, I need an overarching plot. If it's just villain of the week, every week, with no arch... Like, and that's kind of my issue with Smallville from the early seasons. It was, villain of the week. There's an overarching storyline, but it takes long to get to it. We're focused on the villain of the week. And that shit pulls me out. And it's the exact same with... Ah! It's the exact same problem with Rick and Morty. And The Simpsons, Family Guy, all of those sitcoms. They don't follow an overarching plot. The character development doesn't matter because they reset a week later. It's just not good. It's really shit. So, not a fan. Really, really fell out of love with that show just simply because the characters stopped developing. Because, like, Rick and Morty Season 1, it at least felt like the characters were, like, changing over time. Even if they were still, like, mostly arseholes who weren't good people. But, yeah, the show just becomes far too mean-spirited. And it's just, yeah. I'm repeating myself over and over again. You get the point. Next is Yakuza 6, The Song of Life. Yakuza 6, The Song of Life is really good. It's the first game in the Dragon Engine. Really good combat, even though the combat's very slow compared to something like Lost Judgment. It is a solid story that follows up nicely from the very overrated Yakuza 5, which is, in my opinion, the worst Yakuza game, even worse than Yakuza 3. The combat in Yakuza 5 is great. Compared to Yakuza 3, the combat in 5 is great, but the... it follows 4 protagonists. The only one with a good arc is Kiryu. The others are either uninteresting or incredibly tedious. Like the whole thing with Saejima, so boring. So incredibly boring. He deserves so much better. And the thing with Horuka was fun, actually. I did enjoy Horuka's section. And then the thing with the baseball guy was like, oh, baseball, 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 depression, baseball, 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 depression, baseball. Like, okay. Cool, interesting character, but I just wasn't invested in his storyline all that much. But a good character. And he also had the worst combat. He was the least amount of fun to play as out of all of them. Yeah, he just had the worst fighting style, the worst fighting skills, the worst fighting style, the worst fighting maneuvers. I wasn't a big fan of that one. But all of those early Yakuza games are kind of rough. It wasn't until Yakuza 0 that they were like finally starting to hit their stride and start making truly exceptional games. Yakuza 0 was a big turning point. But yeah, Yakuza 6, great game. Got its problems, but it's fun. And it's well made. Persona 5 Royal, spoke about this before, phenomenal game, give it a go. I need to take a sip. My throat is going dry. And my tea is going cold. Pardon me. My chat is completely empty still. A no viewer streamer once again. You know, I will say this very quickly. So, I used to stream to an audience. If you go through my older videos, you'll see that I had some people in chat. Commander Cox, Ray, I think her name was. It's been so long since we've spoken. I'm so sorry, Ray. If that is your name. It's been so long. Fucking hell. I feel so bad, but I haven't spoken to you in so long. And then there was other people that would come by. Like my friend, fuck, what's your name again? It's been so long since we spoke. Peter. Peter was a good friend of mine. He's just busy with his own life, so we don't talk as much anymore. But I used to have viewers that came by. We used to chat a lot, and it was a lot of fun. But unfortunately, no one really comes back anymore. Everyone's busy. Everyone's doing their own thing. They've all gone off to doing their own things. Some people have gone to college. Some people have gone to academies. Others are just working. And I had burnout, and I took a long break, like a 6-month, 7-month break, which in terms of growth on the internet is suicide. I killed my career, essentially. I was finally building up a community, and it kind of stagnated. It wasn't really growing, but I at least had viewers to like talk to, which would make it a bit more inviting for new people to the stream to join in and chat with. But I just didn't keep it up. I got burnt out, and I got tired, and I couldn't keep it going. Oh, I found you. Okay. Okay, so I forgot what I was, but yeah. So I was really enjoying streaming for a long time, but it stagnated. I got burnt out, and then I stopped doing videos. And now we're here where we are, where no viewers. And honestly, while it's a bit lonely, and while it's a bit less fun without viewers, I feel like it's actually kind of a good thing to me, because it allows me to start. This might be copium. It allows me to start like reinventing my my personality with streaming. It allows me to get out of my set ways. And it means that now I have a reason to really try harder and get back into it. So now I can start bringing in a new audience, so I can start attracting a new audience. So I'm not just doing what I was doing, which may have not been interesting to a new audience. And hey, here's the thing, streaming is oversaturated. There's too many people. Too many people streaming. And my best opportunity was to go to Kick and be one of the early streamers on Kick, but I didn't like the idea of Kick, so I didn't go over there immediately. I did eventually go over to Kick. I streamed a couple of streams there, didn't get anyone chat with them bots, and then the whole thing with the sexual assaults happening in Japan, and then the thing with Johnny Somali, again, for some reason in Japan, bullying Japanese people and pissing off the Yakuza. And then more recently with the Australian sex worker, with Poseidon, Ice Poseidon, and Sam Pepper, two of the biggest vultures on the platforms.
So what do we do?
And then the whole thing with Aiden Ross, Andrew Tate, twat-loving cunts. I did not want to be on Kick. It's such a... Like, even today, there was some guy on there that, like, stole from a tip jar, and then used that tip jar money to pay for his food. It's like, you horrible cunts. Can you just not be horrible to people? And then Kick doesn't ban these people. They let it slide. They encourage these people to keep doing what they're doing. The CEO laughs in chat as these people do these things. Like, fuck off. I'm not being a part of Kick. So I even, like, desecrated my own page, being like, hey, fuck this platform. Fuck these people. Fuck anyone who supports these people. Fuck this. I'm out. So, like, if you go to my Kick profile, it's just... It might not even be there anymore. I don't know. But it literally just says, fuck this platform, don't use this platform. It's full of horrible people and it's run by horrible people. And the whole point of Kick was to get people into gambling, because it's owned by Stake. So, yeah. Fuck Trainwreck's the owner. Horrible twat. Fuck Kick. Fuck that platform. Horrible platform. It's filled with the worst kind of people. And there's some good people on there who were trying to make a change on there, trying to get a good crowd of people over there. But there's so many bad people on there. And even if you are a good person making a good community over there, that platform is infested and owned by bad people. So no matter what, you are not in the best interest and you cannot turn that platform around because the owners are just as bad as some of the cretins using Kick. So... don't bother with it. Go to Twitch or YouTube. Twitch isn't perfect, YouTube isn't perfect, but those are better platforms overall compared to those two. Stay away from Rumble, because that's where Andrew Tate and that what live, and they are horrible, disgusting cunts as well. And we don't need them on Twitch or YouTube. So, fuck them, fuck Aiden Ross, fuck Kick, fuck Trainwrecks, fuck all that shit. Fuck him. Again. What was I talking about again? Oh yeah, I was talking about my streaming, what I was doing with streaming. So yeah, it's like I had a small community and it was really fun. But now I get a chance to reinvent myself. I get a chance to start relearning how to stream again, start learning how to be entertaining again, and it gives me an excuse to get back into YouTube, because now that I'm doing it again, even though these videos, even these videos aren't amazing, and they're going to be very long-winded, and it's going to be a lot of me learning how to be entertaining, how not to be an annoying cunt, because I am an annoying cunt. It's just going to take some time, and if you don't enjoy it, you don't enjoy it, and hey, I'm okay with it. Honestly, if you do not like my content, that's perfectly fine. Oh fuck. I mean, there are many channels out there, and if I'm not the channel for you, keep looking, we'll find the channel for you. There are so many brilliant, talented people out there, and I'm not one of them. And I'm just a cunt in his bedroom, playing video games, plays drums occasionally, and is, I guess, kind of down to earth, I guess. And I'm just here to have conversations, play games, have fun. I'm not trying to make a lot of money. I'm not trying to make this into a career. I've gone through all that trying to grow, make a career, and I'm just not going to bother. I want to stream for fun. And if I'm going to stream for fun, then I need to stop adding pressure to myself to be entertaining 24/7. I need to stop adding pressure to find ways to monetize my streams. It's why I'm no longer a affiliate. I've removed it. Not just because it pissed me off at the time that Twitch was now taking 50%, which I thought was really unfair, but also because I just simply, well, I would like to get paid. I just don't really feel the need to do it that way right now. I would rather not only grow my channel, but honestly, if I'm gonna monetize my channel, I wanna earn all of it. I don't want to give half of it away. So my kind of thought process is this: I will stream for fun. I will stream for fun, even when I'm getting paid, even if I ever get paid. And the way I will monetize it is I will purely get by on tips. I'm not going to bother with subscriptions. I'm not going to bother with Patreon, even though I have a Patreon. I'm probably going to close it soon because I'm not going to use it anyway. I'm just going to forget about it and never utilize it. I am just going to focus on having fun. And if I ever get to the point where I'm earning money, where I have a sizable audience who want to pay for shit, then I will give them products. I will give them services that they can actually pay for and get something out of. I will actually start creating shit rather than you just pay a subscription every month to put some emotes in my chat. So we'll see if that ever comes to fruition. I don't think it will. I've been doing YouTube and shit for like well over 10 years, and it's never gotten close to me ever like making enough money to make this a career. So we're not aiming to make this a career. We're aiming this for me to have fun, and if it ever works out while making money, then I will work out on monetizing and giving people good. Well, I'll talk to the audience and decide with them like what they want. If they want merchandise, we'll sort out merchandise. If they want, you know, like videos of me saying shit to them, we'll figure that out. If they want birthday wishes, like for them, we'll be working that out. I mean, I'll probably do this for free. I'm not going to charge people for like a birthday wish. Oh, fuck me. But you know what I mean? It's like, we'll figure it out when the time comes. Oh, you stop following me. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. So yeah, like I said, we'll figure it out when the time comes. I'll let the audience decide what is the fair product and what is the fair price. And then just whatever the audience wants, we'll do it that way. So yeah, that's the plan. And it's not a detailed plan. It's a very simple, basic. Just let the fans take control. The fans can decide what they want. The audience can decide what they want, what they need, and what they can reasonably ask for. And then we'll see if we can get it to them. And by we, I mean me. Because, like I said, doing this all for fun. If it gets to the point where an audience wants something, we will work together. As in me and the audience will work together to give them what they want. And I'm willing to do shit for them. So we'll see. You know what I would love to do actually one day? I would love to do D&D with my audience. Like say there's enough demand for it. We could have streams where I run a campaign where viewers can jump in and out. And we'll figure it out. It might be a little bit tricky, but we'll figure it out. But I would love to do that. Get more people playing D&D, get them to enjoy the and discover the amazing world of roleplay, tabletop games. Because I love D&D. I've really fallen in love with it in the last couple of years, playing it with my friends, Gig, Erica, and Dan. And it's been a really good out for me. Not only in terms of like kind of opening me up, in the way of getting me to break up my shell, making me a little bit more confident, making me a bit more extroverted, making me more social. Because I have Asperger's, and so being social is one of those things that I struggle with, and I got bullied as shit ton in school. So my social skills are a bit, yeah. So being able to play tabletop games, roleplay characters, all that lot, it may sound really geeky, it may sound like, oh, what a loser, you know, roleplays fucking adventure. And it's like, yeah, game fair, you know? But it's fun. It's fun. And I just accept that it's fun. And unapologetically, okay? You think it's lame, you think it's pathetic that I play a role-playing game where we play as elves and dwarves and with magic and potions and whatnot. But it's like, I find it fun. I don't need someone that I don't know to dictate what I can and can't do, what I can and can't be interested in. Not breaking the law, not hurting anyone. Just a fun time with friends, being fucking geeky D&D nerds, and I'm happy with that. And I would love to introduce more people to D&D. And it is dark as dicks in here. Where is it? Is it in the water? I really can't tell when this is. Okay. I've been going for nearly 6 hours, 5.5 hours. I think I'm starting to get to that point where my wrist is starting to hurt from the controller. And my voice is starting to get a bit hoarse. So we'll keep them going for a little bit, but we may give up soon. We may give up soon. Oh, okay. My voice. My voice is going on me. Okay, let me go. Right. Continuing with the games I played, Kentucky Route Zero TV edition. I don't remember anything about it. I think it's like a game and you find a dog, or you with a dog and you can pull the dog around. I can't really remember it. Battlefield Bad Company 2. Didn't really enjoy it. I thought the destruction mechanics were really cool, really fun, but it's very dated. It's a very simple shooter, but with cool mechanics, and it wasn't enough to keep me invested. But I approved of it in the end. Good game. Just didn't find it very fun, but that's just me. I'm not a big shooter guy. Like, I like Far Cry 4 because I like Far Cry 5. Far Cry 5? No. I like Far Cry 3. And I don't like Far Cry 5 because I like Far Cry 3, and Far Cry 5 is really annoying, and it's taking some of the fun away. It gets too wacky, and like I said before when I was ranting about it, the characters aren't very interesting. Like, one of the things that I really like about Far Cry 3 is Jason. I think Jason is a great protagonist. But, I don't think, the Deputy is interesting, because it's just a blank slate. And there's no way to roleplay. It's just a blank slate that you can dress up and design and, pay microtransactions to dress up. Which I'm not a fan of. I don't like microtransactions. I prefer these older games when there weren't any, because it's nice. I mean, who wants microtransactions in a single-player game? Bad enough in a multiplayer game. They ruined fucking FIFA. They ruined sports games. Don't need microtransactions in games at all. Need okay, those more things. Okay. So yeah, just, you know, like I said, not a fan of the microtransactions and shit like that. One of my favorite games in the year, Baldur's Gate 3, even explicitly stated, like, way before the game came out, nope, no microtransactions, we don't believe in that shit. You're gonna get a full feature-complete game, and it blew everyone away. Now, as someone who's been playing Yakuza games, I'm very used to feature-complete games without microtransactions. But a lot of people were, like, just shocked, like, oh my god, you don't see many feature-complete games without microtransactions anymore. And like, yeah, you're kind of right, but you just need to look in the right places. Persona, no microtransactions. Yakuza, no microtransactions. What else is that? I mean, there's surely tons of games I can think of. Like State of Decay, no microtransactions. I don't think so anyway. Don't remember any. Yeah, let's go over to you. The reason why I'm just collecting the side stuff is because I'm getting them out the way. I like to do all of this for the achievements, and then I focus on the story at the end. Or I'll get most of them done, get the story out the way, so I can final skills and get the skills achievements, and then I go and grab the final collectibles that I missed as I go along the map after buying all of the maps from the stores, which is why I've been buying maps. Because I've got so much money already that I might as well just go into the stores and buy all the maps. Prey 2006. We'll go back to the achievements and the games I've been playing. So I can't continue this again because of the 360 thing, but it was a solid game. Very confusing, but very cool and interesting mechanics. Grounded, very interesting survival game where it's kind of like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, but in a survival game. Really interesting concept, really well made, good game. Assassin's Creed 3 Remastered, terrible, really bad game. It was really interesting. One of the characters, like the first character you play as in the main story, you'll know what I'm about if you play the game. Really interesting. The other guy, the other main character, really don't. They had nothing. It's like they had an idea for a cool character and then went, well, do people really like this guy from the whole game? Let's put a generic protagonist in, and so you get really generic shit protagonist with an interesting enough backstory, but they don't do anything with him to make him endearing or fun to play as. He's just a very generic blank slate of a character that doesn't really have or do anything that important. Skatebird. Very easy for achievements. No, it's not. Never mind. It's got 12 achievements. I got one of them after a little while of playing it. I don't really remember much. I remember just it being a bit grindy, and I couldn't be asked. Grindy, get it? It's a skating game. Grindy. I can't wait. You know what I can't wait for? I used to really enjoy the Pro Skater games. You know, Tony Hawk Pro Skater. So even though I'm really shit at them, I'm looking forward to them coming to Game Pass on the Xbox owns Activision Blizzard, because I heard the remakes are solid, and I would very much like to replay them and play them for achievements as well. And they're a good, challenging game for me because I'm not that good at them. I've always preferred Skate. I've always been much better at Skate. But for a reference, I got so good at Skate that I just skated around even in multiplayer on realism, where it's very hard to land certain tricks, and it's very hard to land front flips and shit, even to initialize the front flip. And that was really fun. The issue was, knowing that if you're playing on realism, the other players don't have to. So if you're playing multiplayer, you're going against people who are playing on easy, which means they get points more easily than you. They pull off harder tricks more easier than you. It's just a far easier, more casual experience. And so if you're in a competitive mode, playing against someone on easy, you're not going to win. No matter... you'd have to be incredibly good at the game, and then be incredibly lucky that they are so dog shit that they cannot outscore you on the easiest difficulty. So, it's just like... It's not balanced. It's like they didn't think it through. But I'm really looking forward to Skate, even though it's going to be an always online, free-to-play, I think, service game. Live service game with microtransactions. I'm still looking forward to it. I am really concerned because it's EA. It's going to be a microtransaction-ridden shitfest of a game. But the dev team are passionate about Skate. And they seem very hardworking, and they don't seem like they just want to make this a microtransaction-ridden mess. They want it to be an actual good game. They want people to like it. They want people to enjoy it for a long time. But that could be EA forcing them to make sure that the game isn't going to be a failed live service game after how terrible Anthem was. I think that EA have gone, okay, we keep sinking money into live service games and they keep flopping. Maybe we should give the developers actual time to make a competent game, and that when the live service game that we pump hundreds of millions into don't die within a week of sales. Like, you could get paid to take Anthem. Like, they were selling it in the -%, so that you would buy it at GameStop, because they needed to get rid of all their stocks of Anthem, because nobody wanted to play it. Okay.
Oh, Tiger! Tiger!
Oh, nice. I figured that was an achievement, because that's an achievement in Far Cry 3, but I think it was like a higher achievement, like you needed to do it from like 80 meters or 100 or something like that. It was a bit harder. Perfect. Okay, next. Dragon Age 2. Very dated. I'm sure it's a good game, but it was too dated for me to really enjoy it. Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I hated it. So I put like 60 some hours into it. I just wanted to complete it so I could get the achievements. That game was fun for the first like 8 hours. And then the rest of it was tedious pain, where I was losing interest and I just wanted to beat it for the achievements and I didn't want to play it. And so, that game is brutal. It was one of the most agonizing wastes of time I have ever spent on a video game. It was not worth playing. I know that there's defenders out there who stand by that game and say it's a great game and that it's a fantastic game, and that I'm just going to be wrong because I'm biased and I was bad at the game, etc., etc. It was just a really bad game. Yay. On to this one. So this is the kind of game where I would just lie in my chair, like have YouTube on my other monitor. What game is bad? Oh, Dan, are you still here? Shit, Dan was in chat. I didn't realize. I've been streaming for so long, I stopped looking at chat. I'm gonna quickly send Dan a message. One minute, sorry. Ah, shit, fuck, cunt. Get away from me. I'm trying to do shit. I don't think Dan's here anymore. Fuck. Sorry, Dan. I'm just gonna send him a message and say sorry. Okay, moving on. Might just shift this over because I don't need to see my own gameplay. I know my gameplay's recording. So I'll just shift it over and like put the thing over so I can see chat. Okay, so Assassin's Creed Odyssey. It's probably in the shit game I was talking about. The shit game was probably Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Okay. Moving on, the next game is Metal Hellraiser. I actually went to go and continue this the other day, but then I discovered it left Game Pass. Unfortunately, and I would have liked to continue it. It's got really good music. It's metal, as you can tell from Metal Hellraiser. But it's like a metal rhythm Doom game, and I don't really like Doom. I find it kind of boring. But I like rhythm games, and I love metal. It's one of my favorite genres. You know, I'm really into Slipknot, Avenged Sevenfold, System of a Down. I kind of like Metallica. What other bands? Because the thing with metal is, like, I listen to new metal to, like, Limp Bizkit, Linkin Park, stuff like that. And, oh, fuck off. And when it comes to, like, heavier metal, like, you know, like Cannibal Corpse, Infant Annihilator, stuff like that, I do listen to them a little bit, but they're not really my kind of thing. I do like vocals, like screaming vocals, like the death growls and so on. You know, I really like Igor, and they have a lot of death growling, a lot of that stuff. And I do like it. I like it a lot. It's not my favorite style of vocals, though. I prefer clean vocals, but a good scream is always welcome. Such as in the band, I know you said Primus, but Primus is a fantastic band, but not the band I'm thinking of. Kind of like in, what's it? It's like really, it's like jazz metal song. Where it's like, no promises. What is that? Female vocalist. Oh, fuck off. What is that song? I can remember the lyrics, but it's like shake my tail, and I can't remember the lyrics. Something something and shake my tail. Fuck, I can't remember what the song is called. I'm sure somebody out there will tell me. But it's really good. And this female vocalist has an insane death growl. Really fucking talented singer. Just phenomenal. Her clean vocals are so controlled. Kind of reminds me of how controlled the Disturbed singer is. I just can't remember his name, unfortunately. But he's a phenomenal singer. Like, he's kind of like operatic. Is that the word? It's kind of got that like opera kind of vocals. Very controlled, very strong vibrato. Oh fuck, that made me jump. I thought I took damage then, but it was just me digging into this fucking fish.